turn now to the Minnesota Senator, Democrat Amy Klobuchar. Thank you for joining us, Senator Klobuchar. I want to start right where we left off there. The DNI saying that they are no longer going to brief in-person Congress, particularly on this issue of election security. They say it's about leaks. Your reaction?
It's a complete outrage. You heard what the acting secretary just said. He said that foreign countries are continuing to try to break into our elections. They're trying to influence our elections with disinformation. And this is not where you cut off Congress from getting the information. That's what happened in 2016. There wasn't enough information out there. Now we know. We've learned a lesson. And I think the House is going to have to subpoena the Director of Intelligence in order to get information, which is crazy. We are just a few months out of a major election, and I have already experienced this White House blocking my bipartisan election security bill, which would have helped us years ago to beef up our efforts. So in the words of Speaker Pelosi, when it comes to this White House, all roads lead to Putin. That is exactly what's going on here, and we are going to have to demand the information to protect our elections.
I want to turn to what the president said Friday. He went to New Hampshire, held a rally after the convention, and he talked about the treatment of his supporters as they left the White House on Thursday night. Take a listen.
These incredible people from all over the country, all over the world that were there last night, they walked out to a bunch of thugs. And that wasn't, remember this, that wasn't friendly protesters.
So what was your reaction as you saw that? There's no question that Trump supporters were intimidated and approached as they left the White House in a rather menacing way.
Well, my first reaction is, and I have long condemned looting, violence, threats. That's not peaceful protest. And I don't care who's engaging in it, you condemn it. And of course, Joe Biden has clearly condemned it. But let's step back. This isn't just happening in one place. It's happening all over the country. It is happening under Donald Trump's watch. What is going on? We have innocent people like George Floyd shot by police. We have what happened in Kenosha. And then we have a president that literally stands on the people's lawn in violation of the Hatch Act, stands on the lawn with a bunch of pageantry in a bunch of fancy clothes with arias playing from the balcony and says, oh, do you want to be more safe? We are not safe in Donald Trump's America. It's not only have we seen an increase in hate crimes, not only have we seen increases in crime, but we have seen 3,600 people die during the Republican convention, Jonathan. Now over 180,000 people that died from this coronavirus. Seniors like my dad, visiting them behind glass windows as he stands alone with coronavirus in a room. I'll never forget that moment. And he survived that, but so many other people's parents and grandparents did not. So no, we are not more safe. And I think Joe Biden has a very strong case to make about the changes he will make to make this country more safer. We have not seen this with this president.
Paul Soglin, who's the former mayor, Democratic mayor of Madison, Wisconsin, told Politico that undecided voters, quote, are very distraught, both with the horrendous carnage created by police officers in murdering African Americans and for the safety of their communities. That's what you just hit on. In short, what does a Biden-Harris administration do to address the violence that we are seeing in American cities?
Well, the first is to make very clear that we condemn violence, we condemn looting, and that has happened repeatedly. I have said that repeatedly. But the second is solutions. The solutions are not to divide people, they're to bring them together. In Minnesota, yes, we had a horrific murder of George Floyd. That case is being prosecuted. We are mending our communities. We are doing all we can to rebuild. But the third piece of this is police reform. And you can be against looting and for police reform. You can be in favor of things like banning chokeholds and having body cams, which we didn't have in Kenosha. You can be in favor of making sure that disciplinary records go with police officers so you know what happened. And you can do all that and still be for good law enforcement. And there are so many good police officers out there putting their lives on the line every single day. I just don't see this as the wedge Donald Trump sees it as. I see it as something we can do together, but not with him as president, not with the kind of rhetoric we hear from him.
The other thing that we heard from Donald Trump and from everybody else really at the Republican convention was a suggestion that Biden would be a, quote, Trojan horse for the far left of the Democratic Party, for the progressive left, for Bernie Sanders and AOC. How do you respond to that? How influential? Obviously, Bernie Sanders has been very supportive of the Biden campaign here. How influential is the progressive left going to be in a Biden-Harris administration?
You know, I saw Joe Biden's beautiful speech where he literally, in my daughter's words, stood at the end of the kitchen table and said to the American family, we've got a mess, this is what's wrong, and this is how I'm going to fix it. I saw our convention as one of unity. Senator Sanders' words were heartfelt, but it was unity not just within our party. John Kasich, former candidate for president, the former governor of Ohio, standing there proudly supporting, at the crossroads, supporting Joe Biden. You saw numerous Republicans come and speak out for Joe Biden. So I saw this as a convention of unity. And at one point, you have the Republicans attacking Joe Biden for being too law and order, then not being enough law and order. Come on, they're just going to throw anything. And, listen to the words of Kellyanne Conway. She said this last week. The more chaos and anarchy and vandalism and violence reigns, the better it is, those are her words, for the very clear choice on who's best on public safety and law and order.
All right, Senator.
This is a strategy to wreak havoc. And what I think that Americans, especially in the Midwest, where people work hard, and especially they favor a government that's going to work for them, they're going to want to see Joe Biden and Kamala Harris. They don't want 4 more years of this chaos.
All right, Senator Klobuchar, thank you very much for joining us on This Week.
Thanks, Jonathan.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.